Hey, I was just at an in-person mentoring, and in that there were different breakup sessions, and I took a prophetic art class. And one thing that we did in there was the girl teaching the class, she'd take an object and she'd just be like, okay, write down whatever comes to mind, whatever you think of, um, write it all down. And so the main thing that came to mind for me, which came to mind for a lot of other people, is the tree planted by streams of living water. That the Bible talks about at a few different points. The one that comes to mind for me at first is Psalm 1. I think of Psalm 1, really the whole psalm, but especially just like the first three verses, Psalm 1, verses 1 through 3. And, my thought is like, this tree is not trying to be a tree. This tree is not thinking, okay, I've got to get these apples produced by a certain time, and how am I gonna, make all these apples, and what's the process for making the apple again? It's planted by the waters, and the thought there is like it's hooked up to the water, and the water supplies it, and it makes the tree healthy. And when the tree is healthy, its natural response is just to bear fruit. And if you go and you search out the different scriptures in the Bible about, we are the branches and Jesus is the vine, or, we are a tree planted by streams of living water, and those different scriptures. And if you also look up the scriptures about the fruit of the Spirit, you'll start to see a correlation, which is when you're hooked up to the Holy Spirit, and when you let him flow through you, and when you read your word, and then you listen to him, and you're mindful of the Holy Spirit, and you learn to yield to him and be led of him, and just let God come have his way in you, and you just have that relationship with him, and you remain hooked up to the true vine, and you focus again on your relationship with him, that fills you. And when you lean on his strength and not your strength, that just gets you into the place where you don't have to worry about how you're going to figure everything out. And, it's by the Spirit of God, not by our own strength, right? So it gets you into this place where you're not just, constantly in strife and worry and stress, and how do I figure this out, and how do I do this, and what's the key to this? Because he helps you with all of that. The Holy Spirit is the counselor inside of you. So just focus on your relationship with him and letting him lead you and guide you, and the rest will fall into place.